Okay, guys, we are live and we are back for a new season. Pre-season is what, 2-3 weeks away? I think it's the middle 15th of July or something. Liverpool travel to America with a new manager, with a new backroom staff, Arne Slot. Ivan's in the house. Haven't talked to him in about, I think, 15 years, but he's back in. Keith's on holidays. He might pop in. If he does, he does. If he's not, he can drink all the, what is it, tequilas? Is that what they drink over in South America? Yeah. Something like that.
Tequila.
So Keith's on holiday. So if he wants to pop in for a bit of chat, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the sub button. Let's go. New season. Ivan's in the house. Ivan, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Looking forward to getting back into it. Looking forward to a new season.
Yeah.
Mixed emotions, but there's always another game, so let's get going.
Look, mixed emotions. Look, this is the new era. This is the new beginning. We are going to talk, obviously, with Arne Slot coming in from Feyenoord, 45-year-old, 2 kids. The bald one, the special one, the normal one. I call him the bald one. But he's coming in. But, of course, Jurgen, the legend, left. And I mean, absolutely unbelievable farewell, to be fair. Even singing Arne Slot's song. I mean, what outgoing manager sings a song about the incoming manager? I mean, that just tells you all about it. But my biggest legacy, and I've done 1 or 2 videos since, I want to get your take on, the 9 years. He came in October 2015. But for me, doubters to believer, yeah, that's a pun. But it is true. And it gave us belief, got belief back. I think belief is the big thing he got back. I mean, Anfield became a fortress again, of course. Yeah, we won trophies. First league, Premier League ever. Number 6 Champions League. First Club World Cup. He'd never won the Club World Cup before. Super Cup. All these cups, League Cups, FA Cups. But for me, it was even bigger than that. It was bigger than that. It was more than that. It was the man. It was the city. It was the fan base. Absolutely everything you get. And when he came in, we were a bit at sea, weren't we? We were a bit all over the shop. Yeah. Brendan Rodgers leaving, and he's coming in, got us ready, got us steady, and has left us in a better place. I know that the owners are involved with the training ground is unbelievable, and the new Anfield Road end and the stadium looks brilliant. But that's a legacy. Coming in, doing a job, and leaving the club in a better position, stronger foundations than when you started.
Yeah, like you texted me the morning that he was leaving, and I couldn't believe it. That was the first notification that I got. I was like, "What the fuck?" Couldn't believe it. And now I'm still reeling from it. Really, a few things that kind of stick in my mind. There was something he said on the first day, like doubters to believers was one thing, but also it doesn't really matter what people think about you when you're coming in. It's what they think about you when you're leaving, right? And think about that, right? The other thing he said, he went to a coach's thing, and this shows the kind of the super confidence of him, but he's still that man of the people. Where he went in and he went to like Ferguson and Pep and all these other lads were there, and he popped his head in, and they were like, "Well, why didn't you stay?" And he goes, "Well, I just wanted to see was I as good as the rest of them," and I am. And he left. It's just like, whoa. Just, super confident in himself, but not arrogant, and I just think the way that he captured everything with the fans, like I thought Benitez was great at doing that, every time Benitez spoke, he was always talking about the fans and Hillsborough, and he hit all the right notes. But
Benitez didn't come across as
no, he didn't.
Warm.
He didn't
came across as like not cold, didn't he?
No, he totally cold. But Klopp was 100% with the fans. And seeing Trent crying at the last day, and remember the Champions League final, Henderson crying, like there were those kinds of moments. But I think the biggest thing that I'd say, and I've followed Liverpool for 35 years more, 30 more. I'm 49 this year, so a long time, 40 years. When we spoke about it, all the good days, it's the journey.
Yeah,
it wasn't even about the winning of the cups, the losing the cups. And he said this himself: to win big, you have to be prepared to lose big. And sometimes
we did in 2 Champions League finals, of course. We did.
But we had such a fucking trip with him. Oh my god!
We're doing videos. I remember even 2 years when we started doing it during COVID. I remember saying, "Enjoy the rides. It won't last forever." When we kept on saying it. As you say, I'm similar to you, similar age. I've been following Liverpool since mid-'80s, seeing the good times, seeing the bad times, seeing the good managers, seeing not so good managers. it doesn't last forever. It's cyclical. We all know that. I mean, Man United, people won't believe it, but they will probably get better again. You know, because you've got the foundation of a big money and a big fan base. So, you know, for Liverpool, the big thing is obviously Klopp leaving. It's continuity, and they've brought back Michael Edwards, Julian Ward. They brought in Richard Hughes. The backroom staff. My mate John Octerberg's gone over to Stevie G. There's a big changes. There's big changes. I just hope there's not too many changes, Ivan. You know, we're going to switch now to Arne Slot coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, like, well, obviously we have to get back behind him, but like, the big thing that kind of sticks for me is I'd like us to maybe get back to a more kind of a footballing team. But what we found, I think, is with the intensity that they play with, I don't think all the players were able for it. You know, we peaked in the
injuries. I think the intensity.
Injuries
were the intensity.
When we came to the end of some of the seasons, we were dead. We had no ideas, and players clearly can't do that. So maybe you need to get to more of a tactical kind of a game where you're not burnt out after 70 minutes. You know, and like if you're burnt out after 70 minutes and you're 3-0 up, that's great. But if you're burnt out after 70 minutes and you're 1-0 down, you're fucked. So it was high risk, you know, but I'll get behind him.
Did you see Arne Slot's little chat? The big interview that dropped there a few days ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he is similar to Klopp in ways, similar characteristics, except he has maybe not as much hair on his head. But other than that, you know, he's a bit younger. He's 45. Klopp's 56. You know,
I think very similar.
Big change coming from Eredivisie.
It is when Klopp came in, right? He was still relatively new. He didn't have the aura that he had when he was leaving or that he built up. It was still, I'm new in here. I've been out of work for 6 months or whatever it is. Sure, he had a huge persona in Germany, but he wasn't like Pep coming into City, who'd been at Barcelona and Bayern Munich. He was still relatively new. So I think this lad has a huge opportunity to come in and hit the ground running and make a name for himself. You know, he really, really does. So I'll embrace him. And you know, people are slagging off Dutch coaches and he'll bring in Dutch players. Him coming into Liverpool is so different to Ten Hag coming into United, particularly with the backroom staff that's come back. Different foundations, different structure. You know, he
plays a different style of football. He even has a different mentality. You know, different way of. I mean, he goes into all the quirky stuff. I don't know whether there was some great interviews and stuff about him. I did a video last week with Dan Club from Redmen TV, and he did an interview with a guy from, I don't know whether he played under him at lower levels in Holland, and he was saying that he incorporates a lot of meditation, you know, individual programs for individual players rather than a block program for 15 players. Do you know what I'm saying?
I actually like
that's where someone like Darwin Núñez, I think, might benefit from it.
When Núñez came in first, like he plays a 4-2-3-1, right? Which I really like, and I thought that was a system that we were going to play when Núñez came in, because for me, Núñez is a 9. I know he comes in sometimes to the left, but for me, he's a 9 on his own with 3 behind him, two midfielders behind that. That would suit Trent. It would suit others. It definitely would suit Núñez. So yeah, I like fully behind it, and I think we're set up for it. So let's hope we get a couple of players in the summer, and let's go. We've a tough start. We've a tough finish as well. So
switch away first game. You play United on the third game at Old Trafford as well, and a lot will be made of the two baldies from Holland, won't it? You know, Ten Hag, Arne Slot type of thing. And look, that's a while away. They have a pre-season in the States. Brace Deville is in. He's from the States, so they have a pre-season in the States. They have a few. I think they play Arsenal United actually in the pre-seasons. And do you know the big thing for me is I touched on it there with the Darwin Núñez thing. He scored a lot of goals for Uruguay, and he scored again yesterday. I still think a lot of people are not back. I back him. I think the new manager coming in, new ideas, might play him slightly different. He did something similar with the guy Jimenez that he brought in to Feyenoord. He wasn't that, you know, he was $500,000 or something. He brought him in. He's a £40 million player now, scoring a lot of goals, confidence. He's very an emotional type of fella, Darwin Núñez. He actually plays on emotion. You know what I mean? And maybe Slot's the man to make him slot the ball into the back of the net, baby.
Yeah, like huge pressure for Núñez coming in. having had Salah getting top goal scorer for 5 years in a row. It was hard, and we were under pressure with City. Like Klopp was under pressure with City, we were under pressure with City. It was super hard. Then,
and it was a big fee. It was a big fee for Benfica. You know,
yeah.
So
he's
young lad.
missed a couple of chances, and you take him out then, and his confidence is gone, and he needs continuity, even though he wasn't playing that well and missing chances.
So many games in. It was the second game in against Palace the headbutt, the red card. That's not a good start,
No, but no, he could be good for him.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. I think the likes of the young. I think Gakpo finished the season well. He's playing well for Holland in the Euros. He's Dutch, of course, and you've got the likes of Gravenberg and Gakpo. They could flourish under. We know Van Dijk looks like he's staying. I know he's a year in his contract, but he's the club captain, and apparently he rang Van Dijk first because he was the club captain. Probably speaking in Dutch, double Dutch. Hopefully not double Dutch. But I think he'll stay.
Absolutely, you want Van Dijk there. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, Trent, it's gone quiet. I still think they want Trent and Salah.
Trent's not going to go. Salah's not going.
Left, I think they're the big deals need to be done quickly.
Yeah, no, I think there's. I can't see Trent going. Trent's like Gerrard. There's no way in the world he's leaving.
But I can't see Salah going.
I can't see Salah going either. And I was thinking that he was, and I was thinking he was for the last couple of seasons, but he's been adamant that he's not.
Unless something ridiculous comes in August, and 150 million or something, and it's take it or leave it, and a year left. Yeah. But I can't see it. I'd say what they're hoping is he doesn't, and he goes for a free. I'd say they're hoping, right? He basically, honors his contract with Liverpool. He says, I'm honoring my contract with you. You honor me for me honoring my contract.
Yeah, so I think
just walk away next year. You know what I mean?
He needs to get the finger out. I think he was poor last season.
Yeah, he still scores goals.
But I think he was poor for a senior player for what he's done. I think he needs to be better.
He's not going to be. He is never going to be 17, 18. He's never going to go back to 17, 18 when he banged him. What was it, 44 goals? That's never going to happen. Yeah. He's always going to be at 20 goals a man. And most of the time, that's good enough. Yeah. If you don't have injuries to Jota, who, we know will get you goals if he stays fit. The problem is he's never fit. If Nunes gets confidence, we know he's a 20-plus goal scorer. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. I wonder, do you bring him back? Like, if you play Nunes on his own and three behind him, you play Salah right behind Nunes, not on the wing, almost as a 10. I think you can still fit him in there.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, Slot. Look, it's got to be. Look, it's a risk. I mean, anybody coming in after almost like a god in managerial terms, as close to a god as you might get in football. To come in. That's why I think they're bringing him in. I wouldn't say he's low profile because there was a lot of clubs looking at him. I think Spurs, Chelsea looked at him last year. One or two of the Italian teams looked at him, and he laid off and says, right, I've done a good job at Feyenoord. I brought them back to the top 10. They won the league for the first time in something like, I think it was 20 odd years. They won the cup this year. They finished, second to a really, really good PSV team, by the way, that actually I think won some 15 games in a row or something ridiculous.
And he was really confident about it when he was asked. He's like, I want to be the next Liverpool manager. I'm talking to him. I'm going to sign a contract. He was really ballsy, and I like that,
Yeah. Happy birthday to Darwin Núñez today. He's 25, by the way. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Darwin.
We need a decent backup keeper. Look, Kelleher's a big one. I think Kelleher will go. I really do. Although Liverpool are looking for silly money, apparently, so I don't know. Really, Adriana's gone back to Spain, so, got to be careful. We've brought in a new goalkeeping coach. Johnny Boy has gone to off to Stevie G. Well, not yet. He is going in July. Yeah. And of course, we've brought in, where is he from? Is he from Borussia Mönchengladbach or something? He's like a physicist or something, like all these equations. Like, he's not just, I know goalkeepers are mad. We all know that. But there's more to him, basically. Apparently. So that'll be interesting,
Yeah, no, bring it on. I'd be interested to see how many stay around, how many he brings in. Like, obviously with Edwards and the others coming in, will there be a completely new backroom staff? Will they look to bring other people in? Yeah. Will he bring fellas from himself? Do
you know what it is, Ivan? As well, like, you've got to stay. Look, any manager coming in, new ideas, pre-season don't tell you a huge amount. You could win all your pre-season games and lose against Ipswich. Let's be real. The most important game for Liverpool is the Ipswich game away at Portman Road. And probably the worst team you could play is a newly promoted team. First game of the season.
Half 12 on a Saturday.
Half 12 kickoff. What more do you want? So that's going to, don't get me wrong, that is a tough game. You want an easier home game than that. So he's been thrown in at the deep end, but you want a good start though too. You don't want to be losing your first game. You know what I mean?
No. And
then
I think
you're under pressure. Then you've United away in the third game, which is never easy. So
yeah, it's not
a strong start.
It's not like Klopp's first game or Benitez's first game when the club were in turmoil. Like, he's got a settled squad to pick from. There might be a couple of additions. They should be fairly confident going into it, you know. And unless he's coming in with some batshit ideas that are just going to upset everybody, we should be expected to win that game, regardless of who it is, you know.
Yeah. No, look. Of course, we expect us to beat Ipswich, but I mean, it's not easy. As I say, it's a bit of a spanner in the works. That's a half 12. Bit of a spanner in the works that they're newly promoted, and the crowd will be up for it probably on a sunny day in the 17th. I think 17th of August. It's actually a late start because of the Euros. It's 2 weeks later, so he's got that extra 2 weeks. Okay, players away from the Euros, but a few teams will get knocked out. A few will come back going.
Yeah, I can't believe they got a half 12 on a Saturday.
I can't believe it. I can. That's one thing I can't believe.
That's the league giving us two fingers. Seriously.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think we need? I mean, obviously it depends on who we sell. I'm presuming the boys with the 1 years left are going to stay. So maybe one will go. I don't know. But if they all stay, one or two fringe players go. Alexi Callagher maybe goes. We'll need a goalkeeper. But if it is as it is, do you still think we need maybe a centre half? I still definitely gone. A midfielder, maybe a forward, three.
I think it's exactly as you said. It's three. It's a centre half. It's someone in midfield. Like Endo, in fairness to him, came out today and had a few words about his role. It depends on what way he's going to set up. You know, like I'd love to do a 4-2-3-1. I'd love to move Trent into that two with somebody really strong beside him. Whether we can or not, I don't know. And definitely a striker. And I don't mean a striker to compete with Núñez necessarily.
This guy, do you like this guy?
Oh,
Nico Williams.
He's brilliant. He'd be perfect in that three behind Núñez.
I noticed, well, apparently there's a 58 million release cost, but I don't know how true that is. But I'm just saying, a lot of teams would be looking at him.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Footballer, absolutely smashing footballer, brilliant.
We would have been looking at him for about 2 seasons.
Yeah,
we wouldn't just be looking at him because he's playing well for Spain. No. You know what I mean? This is all work that's done in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'd be all over him, but yeah, I think it's three, and depending on if the goalkeeper changes, you know.
Yeah, that's a big one as well because look, I'm just hoping a quick start, good pre-season. You'd want your players, to be fair, you'd want your players in for pre-season. You'd want them in as early as possible. Right, you know, if you're going to bring 1 or 2 or 3 in, try have them on the plane going to the States, basically is what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
For morale, for mixing, getting the new, he's going to set up a new formation. He does play 4-3-3, by the way, and he plays simmer. He loves wingers. He loves wingers bombing up and down. So that's why the likes of Diaz. I know he's linked to Barca, but I don't think we can afford him. To be fair, you don't have the bloody money.
Don't think so. No.
So
I don't think we're going to lose that many players. I think there's 1 or 2 we might lose. You know, nothing. I can't see Diaz going.
No. Look, it's exciting times ahead, but there has to be a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of a risk. Of course, it is. I mean, especially if it's a slow start and then you get all the bandwagon boys jumping on and Twitter and X and whatever you call it. Yeah. But look, I think it's just get behind the manager, hopefully bring in a few fresh faces, get ready to rock and roll. As Klopp said, believe, keep Anfield as is. Exactly. Anfield was always a fortress. You know what I mean?
Everything to go for. Champions League, it's going to be brilliant, you know.
Champions League is back. Yeah. Looking forward to the draw. That type of thing. You know, he's left us from Europa League straight back into where we belong, by the way, exactly. Back into it. But you have to earn it. You have to earn it getting back in. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy next year to get back in. But all the other teams and managers, you know, all the other big 5, 6, or whatever you call them, competing and spending money. And we still have the 115 charges hanging over City. I heard something else today about that. Whether anything happens about that, who knows? But it's been a crazy season. It's good luck to Jurgen Klopp, of course. But the new era begins with Arne Slot pretty soon. Do you know, I a bit of an inkling that something might happen either the end of this week or early next week with a signing, because he has been working behind the scenes for a few weeks now. I know he was on holidays with his family in a beat or somewhere like that, but on the phone with Richard Hughes, that's his go-between man. That's his man. Yeah. Michael Edwards, Julian Moore, they're not sitting tight. They've been in a few weeks, before that, on the phone, ready to rock.
He's an animal. Edwards is an absolute animal. He's all over this stuff. There's no way he hasn't been up to stuff, you know.
Yeah. So confidence, do well.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Confidence,
New
absolutely.
season.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Like,
Yeah.
what else do you do?
Yeah, well, look, we're Liverpool fans no matter what happens. Anyway, as I said, we've seen them. We've seen them through thick and thin. We've seen lean years.
We've seen
we've
it all.
4 years. We've seen it all. But that's the thing about being a football manager, especially with a club like Liverpool. It's highs and lows. It's roller coasters. We're going to keep this short and sweet because it's our first one back in. We're going to try do one every week from now on in. Probably Thursday night. Probably suits better. Keith's on holiday. He'll be back in as well. Ivan will be there. Probably bring in Jack or Doug. It's all good. It's all Dave's LFC Chats, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Ivan, at Ivan Jens on Twitter. Thank you very much. We'll go again, probably Thursday week when Keith comes back. One a week will be enough. And if there's breaking news or transfer news, I'll be all over it, baby. I'll be all over it. Thanks to the chat. Hit the like, hit the share. Talk to you soon. A nice short and sweet. The beginning of a new era. A new era. And I just hope he slots in. Let's go.